What's going on, Betting Edge Wizards? Well, what a start to the 2012 college football season. And the biggest shocker of the weekend is number 8 Arkansas going down to 30-point underdog University of Louisiana Monroe, one of the biggest college football upsets of all time. And it got me thinking of my top 5 college football upsets of all time. And then later in the show, I'm going to let you know what the great guys at sportsbettoronline.ag are doing for all those that wagered on Arkansas. Let's get right into my list. Number 5, Crimson Shocker, October 29, 1921. This could be considered the first shocking college football upset of all time, as Centre College took care of Harvard 6-0. Harvard coming off a Rose Bowl victory the year before and had a 25-game unbeaten streak heading into the contest. The Kentucky-based Centre College had about a fifth of the students that Harvard had, and Harvard had beaten Centre 31-14 the previous seasons. We're also the 1919 national champions. We have to go back to the early days of college football for this one, but this, in many people's eyes, is considered the first shocking upset in college football history. Number 4, Navy Bean Soup, December 2nd, 1950. Navy beats number 2 Army 14-2. These days, Navy and Army don't really contend for anything other than bowl invites, but during the mid part of the century, Army was awesomely good. They entered the 1950 Army-Navy game a 21-point favorite. They played like absolute amateurs. 5 fumbles, no touchdowns. They lose in front of 110,000 people, including President Truman. Number 3, Hoot Hoot Horrific, October 17, 1998. Temple beats number 14 Virginia Tech 28-24. Tech was 5-0 with big wins against Clemson, Miami, and Pittsburgh. The Temple Owls had won only one of its previous 11 games and were winless in 26 games on the road against the Big East going into Blacksburg. The Hokies got out to a 17-0 lead early, even though they had to rely on third-string quarterback Nick Sorensen. The Owls, though, stormed back with 3 touchdowns, including 2 of them from their own third-string quarterback, Devin Scott. Tech took the lead back late on a Lamont Pugh's touchdown run before Scott led the Owls on a touchdown drive, ending with him scoring on a 1-yard run. Number 2, Hog Hell. University of Louisiana Monroe beats the number 8 Arkansas Razorbacks 34-31 in overtime. The Hogs came into this game in this season with national title aspirations. Colton Browning, the quarterback for University of Louisiana Monroe, and the Warhawks had many other ideas. He accounted for 481 yards of total offense and 4 touchdowns, including the game-winning scramble in overtime, to help the University of Louisiana Monroe Warhawks rally from a 21-point deficit for a 34-31 win. The win was Louisiana Monroe's first over-ranked team since joining the Football Bowl subdivision in 1994, and it's the school's first win over an SEC team since defeating Alabama in 2007. They had come into the game 4-34 against the SEC, with their only other win coming against Mississippi State in 1995. And as I mentioned earlier, the great folks at sportsbettoronline.ag are at it again. Any of their clients that made a wager on Arkansas minus the 30 points is going to get their money refunded. You got to love that. The guys at sportsbettoronline.ag always seem to come through for you when you get some tough beats. They did it earlier on the Manny Pacquiao fight, and they've done it many times before, and they will in the future as well. So don't forget to check out sportsbettoronline.ag today and get ready for my number 1 biggest upset of all time coming up right now. Number 1, Big House blown up. September 1st, 2007. Appalachian State beats number 5 Michigan 34-32 in what many still believe will be and probably always will be the biggest upset in college football history, making it even tougher on me, a lifelong Wolverine fan. Supposed to be another mismatch for Michigan, despite Appalachian State's 2 national titles in D1AA, or the FCS level. The drastic difference in terms of these schools' prestige and stature couldn't be any more marked. Wolverines were 27-point underdogs. Michigan had quarterback Chad Henne, running back Mike Hart, and offensive tackle Jake Long, all returning to the school after contemplating leaving early. Big Blue started strong with an opening drive, led to a Mike Hart 4-yard touchdown, but Appalachian State answered with a 68-yard touchdown pass from Armani Edwards to Dexter Jackson. Michigan took the lead back on a touchdown pass from Henne, but Appalachian State scored 3 touchdowns with Edwards throwing for 2 and running for 1 in the second quarter to give the Mountaineers a 28-14 lead. The Wolverines defense played much better in the second half, and they eventually took the lead back in the fourth quarter on 2 touchdown scores. But Edwards drove the Mountaineers down the field as Appalachian State converted a 24-yard field goal to take a 34-32 lead. Michigan then had 27 seconds to play and got the ball down to the ASU 20-yard line with 6 seconds left. But then Michigan's place kicker, Jason, the Gingle that stole Christmas, had his kick blocked for the second time in the game, and Corey Lynch ran the ball back to the Michigan 5-yard line as time expired. Biggest upset, done. This marked the first time a Division I AA school or FCS team had ever beaten a ranked opponent. To make matters worse, Appalachian State got $400,000 for the privilege of coming to Ann Arbor and causing the biggest upset in the history of college football. Well, don't forget, go to sportsbettingonline.ag right now. Get all the great deals they have for you. And as I mentioned earlier, they are going to refund all of their players' bets that had action on Arkansas, who went down in the second biggest upset, in my opinion, in college football history, to University of Louisiana Monroe this past weekend. What will the rest of the season have in store for us? We will see. But for the betting edge, I'm Dan the Man. Till next time, believe in the dream. And don't forget to sign up for InSpin.com's Insider now. Get all the 2-star free plays all year long. Absolutely no charge whatsoever. Go to InSpin.com right now.